Hey everybody, this is Joe over at Synergy 17, and today I'm going to show you the way you can take your rhinestone design or your vinyl design and create the decal outline that you need. So let's get started here. I'm going to bring in a design that I've already created. It's just a basic cross, and I'll show you two different methods. So I don't have a program to do the rhinestoning in Corel. So what I want to do is I'm just going to show you, let's imagine that I made this in Corel, and then we'll go from there. So the quick way, of course, is if you have the line art. Let me go to wireframe. If you have the line art, the easiest way is, let's see, would be to take, let's say this is what this was created from. Let's say you already have that part. The easiest way is to go to your contour, and you're going to contour out just a little bit. Let's say 0.2 is fine. Actually, just one step there. And let me see, wireframe, you can see that it stepped out a bit. So what I'm going to do is break this apart. Whoops. Break that apart, and all I really want is this piece here. So I'll make it red so you can see. So I contoured that cross by using the contour tool, and that's what I would actually cut in my decal material. So that way when I press my stones in, it'll fit right inside, just like that. And or you can move this around so it centered it better. But anyways, that's what I did. All I did was take my existing line art that I did the stoning around, and I contoured it. But let's say, for example, you didn't have this piece here. All you had was the stones. Well, the way I would do it would be use this up here. It says create new object that surrounds the selected objects. I would click that, and then what it's going to do is it's going to create, I'll show you, it created this little circle outlines of it. So I would take that concept of create those little circles, and I would go over here to contour, and I would do the same thing. I would do like a 0.2, hit enter, and my machine is not that quick, so I have to actually, I don't know if it's Corel or my PC, but it takes a while inside Corel with these little circles for me. So what it's going to do is it's going to basically make a contour around it, and then we're going to go in there, and instead of being a straight line like the other one was, like the cross, we just contoured it, and it just took that existing line and it pushed it out that 0.2 of an inch. This one's taken every little circle that we had, and it's going to contour it out a little bit, and so it's going to, instead of being smooth, it's going to be a little bumpy. So let's see if my machine could actually do this. Okay, so here's what it did. It actually created, it took those little red lines, and as you can see, it's a little bumpier here. It's got little bumps, and here's the inside of it, and we're going to throw all that away. So what we would do is we would take this part here, and we're going to break it apart like we did before. Break the contour group apart, and we don't really care about those circles anymore. Throw that away. And with this part here, we want to get rid of this garbage in here. So right click, break curve apart, highlight all the garbage, delete it, and I'll just fill it just so you guys can see, and I'll turn off the outline, and that would be and I'll combine that just so you can see. So it would be the same concept as what I did before, but this is basically, oops, move that to the back. That's the way I would do it, but you can see that it creates those little bumpies because it took these circles and it contoured it out. And that's one way. If you don't have the original line art, the original artwork you created the stones from, you can take your stones and kind of get this bumpy look, but you can still create a decal this way. So you cut this out in your decal material, then press your stones into it. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch over to OOBling and show you how I do it in OOBling. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out and quit Corel. Nope. So it's the same concept. This time I'll just go through the whole thing of how I would make it from scratch. Let's go to Clip Art Viewer. I'm just going to grab that same cross from here, place that cross down, and all I did was click it. I'm going to stone it on the outside, choose SS10 stones, add those, and that's how I create my stone image of the cross. Now, same thing here. If I had the original artwork here, I would just take the cross, I would transform, outline, and I would just start, I could zoom in right here. I could start, you can see as I get bigger and bigger, you can see it creating that blue line. And when I'm done, close that. I'm all done. Throw the black one away if I don't want it. And that'll fit right on top of that for my decal. So that's one way. And same thing it goes again. If I didn't have this, I could just take my cross here, go transform, outline, and start building this up. So you can get the little bumpy lines again because it's actually contouring that. You can go as big as you want or as small as you want. It's up to you. And as you go bigger and bigger, I'm starting to fill in the inside. But maybe I don't want it that big. Maybe I just want it maybe something like this. So when I'm all done, I'm going to close that up. Take the blue aside, or take the stone side, take this, and I'm going to break it apart because I'm going to go Alt-S to do wireframe because I don't want this part here. So I delete that inner part, and then I'll go back so you can see it again. And now you could take this and put it back on here. So that's the method I use if I don't have the original cross to expand. You just take your stones and do that, and then you can cut the blue part out with your cutter. And I'll show you another example of cleaning stuff up. Let's say I had, let's say no, I'm going to bring in like a snowflake I made before. So here's some snowflakes that I made. And I'm going to do the same thing. I want to turn this into a decal. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to say transform, outline, and I'm going to start making my outline. And as you can see, it's making the outer and inner part. So I decide how far I want my outline to go for my decal. Let's say I'm happy with that. I'm going to close that. The problem that I have now is if I want to, I don't want to have to peel all this. I mean, if I want the decal to be like this, I have to peel all this stuff out, which I don't want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange, break path, and then I have two methods. I can weld it all and leave that, or I can clean it up. So welding it, of course, would be taking this whole part here and clicking the weld tool, and see how it all disappeared. That's the quick and easy method. Then I can put it back on top. Now I'll show you the Alt Control Z. The longer method is to break the path, highlight all the garbage. Oops. Highlight all the garbage that's inside of it, and hit delete. So welding it, of course, is way easier, way quicker, but it gets the same result. So now there, I can put this back on there, and now I have my decal. I just cut the blue part out as my decal. And that's, like I said, if you don't have the original outline of it, you just have stones. Bring your stones in, outline it, and then delete all the inner part, and then you have your outline. So I hope that all made sense. If you have any questions, give me a call, shoot me an email, PM me on Facebook. Alrighty? Thanks.